Okay, 6:15 a.m. We held these positions overnight. It's 6:15 in the morning. It's fairly quiet right now. It looks like it was busy at the beginning of the Asian session, probably some news or something. I don't know what it was. I don't really care, but the stock market did not do what I thought it might. It's just such a small move. I think we shorted it here and it went against us for a while, but it did go ahead and make this low here come down. But you could see, these rallies are decent rallies, all of them. And when it's coming down, I guess the way to put it is there seems like there's always dip buyers in here, even though the market's been coming down a little bit. I think it ran into some resistance here, but it's hanging in there. So I'm not inclined to hold it much longer. Um, you know, it got up into this upper end of this Bollinger Band range here, and it already is touching the bottom of it. So that's sort of, it could of course go down and hug that for a while, but you could see, like for instance, this sell-off here. This is this is just not a strong move down, and you could see these moves up are uh, have pretty good momentum. So even though we're at sort of the top of this range I talked about, and I thought it might, it ought to come back down here. Maybe it will, but I'm gonna sort of wait. If I might just sort of put a stop at this high here. This started. What time was this? 5 a.m. So about an hour ago, it started coming up. So it's gonna be just some short covering, but it's just the rallies are a little bit more impressive than I would think, and the sell-off, there's just no panic. Everybody seems so comfortable. Um, Gold also, it really took off at first, um, but it just didn't maintain that momentum. You could see it took off. I think I bought it here. It really took off, and then look at it since then. It's just chopped, and it's down here. So I'm not sure that it's quite doing what I like to see it doing, maintaining, if it coming down. This is a new sort of coming out of the bottom part of that range. So once you get a little bit of momentum, I expect it to do better, but it's not. Um, so we might need to, rest for a little bit longer. This was a big, huge rally and a big sell-off, so it just looks like we might need to rest a little bit longer. This crazy thing. You have this top, and you come back down here. It might have just been a smaller bounce. This is just such a huge move that I don't want to play with fire here. The currencies are doing quite a bit better. I would say it's quite a bit different story here. They look similar to gold in some ways, but as far as overnight goes, they've held these highs, not as strong as it was. That's the euro. So we have the euro, the pound, and the Canadian dollar. You can see these sort of held it is hung in there. So not a super lot of volatility. Things that seem pretty quiet. Um, just as I've been talking, we're up to 38,000 now. We're only up 32,000. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and liquidate these positions. I might, gold's looks like it wants to retest the lows here. I mean, this is down from 33.45 to 33.37. So, yeah, I mean, just like that, it's $7,000, $8,000 in profit, just while I've been talking, that we gave back in gold. And yeah, it just you don't want to see this. You don't want to see this sort of red thing bar pushing down here. So if this was a little bit longer term hold, I'd feel differently. But we weren't planning to be in this too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and liquidate this stuff. So But you can see, NASDAQ 4,000. So we would have been up close to 10,000 at one point. So we gave back a bit. Um, this got all the way up to 33.75. We're all the way back at 33.40. So 3,000, 8, 10, 24,000 in profit we gave back. Um, whereas the currencies are sort of near the highs. So, anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and liquidate this stuff. Um, so I just come in here, close all open positions.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Get out of this NASDAQ here.
Order filled.
And we'll call it. And so, yeah, I mean, what is it, Thursday? Yes, Thursday. So I'm going to call it quits. 34,000 in profit here. Call it quits meaning this is Friday's the end of this little 1 month experiment, 30-day experiment. Um, I haven't finished the stat sheet yet. We started with 1 million. We made 425,000 in profit. So about 42% profit in a month. I've still got some more stats to fill out. So today's, yeah, Thursday. So we hit trade Thursday and then we close out some positions on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, markets were moving against us and we just decided to sit it out. So, we didn't make trades every single day. But, anyways, I haven't filled out the trades we closed on Monday morning. So, we'll fill those out and we'll get the final stats here. But we had a couple good ones this week. So, anyways, that's what we're doing.